Order, please.
Anyway, okay, I just wanted to.
It would be a
I already have.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully, computer will.
I'll talk to you more about it.
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Please turn off electronic equipment as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would you call the roll, please?
Mayor Becker.
Here.
Commissioner
Here.
Amadeo. Commissioner Blumberg.
I am here.
We have before us for possible approval a minutes of our January 16th meetings. What is your pleasure?
I'll move to accept those minutes, Mayor.
Second.
Mayor Becker.
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
At this point, we'll open for public comment, 3 minutes on any subject.
Thank you. Stephen Altman, 9003 Amherst Avenue, Margate City, New Jersey. It would be great if we would employ audiovisual technique at your previous 2 meetings using the screens and technology like the computer and cell phones even to show that wonderful report on finance that was given, and you guys got things passed out to you with green and blue and so on, but the audience can't see it. And it would not be a major thing to use audiovisual so that the audience can see the documentation that you're looking at. And I'm sure it's really a small technical thing to take care of. That's a suggestion. Suggestion number 2 is that we have an ordinance about lighting in Margate that was promulgated to take care of a single house issue. I think it was on Huntington Avenue. But there is an ordinance, and it deals with generally lighting throughout. I spoke to Mr. Abbott earlier. He did a lot of research on the subject when the ordinance was drafted. I grew up in Margate, and as a boy, I could walk out of my front door and look up at the sky and see the stars. Today, with all of the lighting that folks are allowed to put around their houses, you can't walk out of your house and look up at the sky and see even Cassiopeia, except on 1 or 2 nights of any month. And I think it's a real loss. We're talking about building bulkheads and walkways and bicycle paths and so on for the enjoyment of the community. And looking up at the night sky was, for me, a great enjoyment. And I suggest that you take a look at that ordinance and suggest to the planning board that lighting be the type that Mr. Abbott described in his report of downward pointing lighting. It doesn't affect the amount of lights for safety's sake. It just keeps the pollution from going up. And we ought to encourage everybody in Margate to use lighting like that. And that's it. I'll sit down. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Sewell, 22 West Drive. Mayor, last time before I was so rudely interrupted because you can't handle the graphic depictions of what will transpire when you 3 banditos refuse to anticipate the inevitable. I don't know what kind of psychotropics you're on, but you simply can't wish away Gary Stein's Latino Coalition case. Contrary to Giovanni's hallucinations, 10 years to adjudicate this case is absurd. Granted, this case is explosive and far-reaching. Although the governor, lieutenant governor, and Senate President Sweeney are 1,000% gung-ho for mass school consolidations to only K-12 districts, they are keenly aware of the enormous political liability and fallout and backlash of trying to implement those hated, despised consolidations. Plus, as always, the devil is in the details, some of which are truly catastrophic. For example, our sponging parasitic neighbors in Longport will go from heavily subsidized school tuitions to total exposure and to full and thorough school taxation on billions of dollars of rateables. The howl will be heard loud and clear, far and wide. Margate also won't escape the consequences of a K-12 forced consolidation. Margate property taxpayers will be deprived of the real and substantial financial benefits of closing a second redundant superfluous school, the sale of which would radically reduce bonded indebtedness while greatly stimulating the local economy if the Atlantic Cape Community College opts to open a satellite campus here in Margate. Actually, the very best and smartest move would be to close both schools ASAP and transfer everyone to Ventnor's Quality School, which enjoys ample diversity of super scholars, Asians, Indians, as well as Hispanics. By closing both Margate schools, it would save Margate taxpayers millions of dollars each and every year, and at the same time, make forced involuntary transfers to Atlantic City far less likely, thanks to Ventnor's already well-established and stable diversity. So, Mayor, snap out of your catatonic, comatose state of mind and do what needs to be done now. Any procrastinations are a clear breach of your fiduciary duty to property taxpayers.
Welcome to Margate, Tom.
Are you going to offer rebuttal?
No rebuttal.
No rebuttal.
Not worth it, John.
I'll stand here until the cows come home and rebut you.
Thank you, John.
Good night, John.
Sweet dreams. And enjoy your vacation.
Thank you.
And remember my motto. Time you enjoy wasting is not.
I did something wrong. I'll do it.
Nobody else.
You well know.
Is there any other public comment?
I'll move to close public comment.
I'll second that.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
We are now open Steve,
Steve, you're in a meeting.
please, we're in a meeting here. Is there any public comment on the resolutions and ordinance adoption only?
I'll move to close public comment.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Johanna?
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 1, 2020, an ordinance providing for the vacation of a portion of Union Avenue subject to the compliance with conditions by the adjoining property owners.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Amadeo? Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 37, 2020, authorizing payments of claims?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 38, 2020, authorizing payment to Colmar Home Center?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Mayor Becker?
I abstain.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which is resolution number 39, 2020 through 47, 2020?
I'll make that
I'll
motion.
second that.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna.
You're welcome,
You set a
Mayor.
new record today. Is there any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes,
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
and thank you all for being here.